Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Clark, research analyst for Money and Markets, here with your weekly marijuana market update. Now, today I'm going to share one of my highest rated cannabis stocks. It scores a 97 overall on my Cannabis Power Rating system. But first, if you do have a question about the cannabis market, or maybe an individual stock, or maybe even the broader market that you'd like myself or Adam or Charles to take a look at in one of our upcoming videos, you can email us at feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. We're going to drop that right down below. And if we use your question in any of our upcoming videos, then you're going to get hooked up with some very cool Money and Markets gear like hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, and we're going to give that to you for free just for participating in our community. Now, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, get notified each and every time we post up a new video. So make sure you click that subscribe button and then mash that notification bell so you get notified whenever we post up. We post up videos every week. So we've got plenty of information out there for you. If you're not subscribed, make sure you jump on board and subscribe today. I'd also like to encourage you to check out moneyandmarkets.com. On our website, you can search our proprietary stock power rating system, get the ratings of thousands of stocks. You'll see a breakdown of fundamental and technical ratings that make up the overall stock rating. So if you just go to moneyandmarkets.com, and in the top right-hand corner of the homepage, you'll see a search bar. Just type in any ticker or company name, and you'll be able to find the rating of the stock. You'll see fundamental data. You'll see a stock chart. You'll see any information that we published on that individual stock. It's all at your fingertips. You can build your own watch list. You can track stock performance, and you can do all that on the website, moneymarkets.com, for free. Now, let's move on with today's update. Today, I'm going to share with you one of the highest rated cannabis stocks on my Cannabis Power Rating system. It scores a 97 overall in the system and scores high on momentum, something that's a little rare today with cannabis stocks. But first, I want to jump into it and talk about real estate. I know, not necessarily the most exciting thing, but it does kind of lead to where I'm going here. We can look at the Real Estate Select Spider Fund, which is XLRE, to track performance of real estate stocks. The sector's kind of suffered a dip in June, falling around 9% into the middle of the month. But since that drop, the sector has turned things around, and XLRE is now up 3.9% over the last 3 months. Now, it's still down for the year, but it's starting to retrace and build up back on some of those gains. And I think right now for the year, it's only down about between 2 and 4%, I think. So it's starting to build back up and starting to get back to even terms. Now, this all comes despite the fact the Federal Reserve has raised interest rates to help combat rising inflation. But this rise in XLRE leads me to one of my highest rated cannabis stocks this week. Zoned Properties Incorporated, which trades over the counter under the ticker ZDPY, is a real estate investment trust that owns, develops, and leases property for the cannabis sector. It finds property cannabis operators can buy or lease for cultivation or even retail operations. ZDPY operates property primarily in Arizona because that's where it's based. It's based in Scottsdale, Arizona, but it does have property for sale or lease in Michigan, New York, and Nevada, at least according to his website. That's some of the top properties that it has currently available. Now, in 2021, the company hit a new milestone by closing more than $50 million in commercial real estate transactions, and has started to shift its focus from the Southwest, meaning more Arizona and Nevada, to the emerging cannabis markets in New York and New Jersey, which is actually pretty smart business savvy there. Now, looking at my Cannabis Power Rating system, we can see that ZDPY rates a 97 overall, meaning we're strong bullish on the stock and expect it to beat the broader cannabis market by at least 3 times over the next 12 months. Now, it scores a 93 on our momentum factor, and I'm going to touch on that in just a bit, but it also scores a 67 on value. And that's a little, I mean, it's fair, but it might be a little misleading. Let's dive a little deeper. Now, for value, we look at the company's price-to ratios and compare those against the industry the stock is listed in. ZDPY has a price-to-sales ratio of right around 4 right now, compared to the broader REIT industry average of 5.15. Its price-to-book value ratio is currently 1.42. The industry average is 2.05. Now, this tells us that ZDPY is undervalued compared to its industry peers. But let's zero in on ZDPY's price-to-sales ratio. In March 2016, the company was trading with a PS ratio of more than 58. 58 was its ratio. That is massive. But since then, the ratio has been in steady free fall, which is actually good news if you're a value investor. It dropped to a low of 1.25 in June of 2020. It ticked back up in 2021, but now started to come back down a little bit, and ZDPY fell to 4 in the last quarter, which is actually a pretty decent price to sales ratio. This further indicates the undervalued nature of ZDPY as a stock. It means investors could find the stock more attractive, pushing the stock price up as we start to pivot a little bit more towards value stocks, especially in what it varies whether you think this is a recession or not, or inflationary times. Value stocks tend to be a little bit more in vogue, and ZDPY certainly fits that bill. Now, let's look at the stock's momentum. In a time when most cannabis stocks were struggling, and they still are, ZDPY is actually trending very well. Over the last 12 months, the stock has gained 27.2%, and compare that to the real estate investment and services peer average, which is down about 28.6% over the same time. Now, this shows that even when the real estate market is cooled, ZDPY is able to recoup a lot of its losses that it suffered in May of 2022. From its low point at that time in May of 2022, ZDPY has gained 22.8% to where it stands as I record this. Now, there's also one other thing I want to point out here. In July, the company secured a $4.5 million line of credit or debt facility, depending on how you want to phrase it, which it will use to invest in and acquire additional properties to lease for cannabis operators, most likely in New York and New Jersey. Overall, I really like the REIT market, especially in the cannabis space. I previously discussed innovative industrial properties, which is IIPR, and I'm tossing ZDPY into the mix here as well. These REITs have a solid business plan. They develop property for cannabis operators, then sell or lease it back to them for either an overall profit, not a small profit, but an overall profit, or a consistent stream of income in the form of lease or rent payments. So REITs like ZDPY and IIPR seek out specific properties that they know their clients are looking for, almost guaranteeing a sale or lease agreement. In a down cannabis market, these REITs are providing a nice bright spot. That's all for me this week. If you do have a question about a cannabis stock or maybe the broader cannabis market, you can email me at feedback@moneyandmarkets.com. We'll put that right down below here. And if you send us a question for any of our videos, whether it's for me, for Adam, for Charles, for any of us, and we use it in any of our upcoming videos, we're going to hook you up with some very cool Money and Markets gear. We've got hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, all sorts of good stuff. We will hook you up for free just for submitting that question and us using it in an upcoming video. Don't forget about all the great content we have here on our YouTube channel. It is the best investment insight, and it is all yours for free. Follow me on Twitter, where I give you even more insights, not just into the markets, but also into sports, because I am kind of a sports junkie. The soccer season has come back in Europe, and I am more than excited about that. So look for information. Look for tweets on that as well, and as well as broader market and cannabis market insights as well. You can find me on Twitter at @InvestWithMattC. That's InvestWithMattC on Twitter. Thanks to everyone who watches our videos each and every week. We want to bring you the best investment insights to bolster your portfolio in any kind of market, up, down, neutral, no matter what. We are always on the lookout for the best investment information to pass on to you and give you our insights as well. Also, check out moneymarkets.com. Each and every day, we provide content that gives you safe, sound, smart, simple, adaptable investment information. You can also check out my Stock Power Daily. Monday through Friday, I give you one highly rated power stock that we are strong bullish on, and we believe are going to beat the market. We'll beat the market 3 times at least over the next 12 months. All that is on moneyandmarkets.com. I am Matt Clark, research analyst for Money and Markets and the host of the Marijuana Market Update. Until next time, everyone, safe trading.